We talked over lunch about sort of motivation and discipline, because when you haven't got the phone ringing, when you haven't got maybe the brand of Softcat, when you haven't got all those great people you've worked with, when you're looking at your screen and thinking, actually, I've got no meetings, I could be watching TV and no one would know, no one's going to be telling you off.
No.
How do you stay motivated? How do you stay disciplined? Because there'll be listeners out there thinking, yeah, I'd like to do what Matt's done, but it's far from reality what actually happens, isn't it? So, what happens when you've got nothing in your diary and you've done your data sheets?
Yeah, more data sheets. No, I don't know. No, so I think one of the things I've always had is, and it's so important to me, is an absolute fixed discipline. So my routine with Arco is no different to my routine when I was working at Softcat. I get up at 6:30, take the dog out for a walk, get some breakfast for my daughter. I go and stretch and I do a bit of exercise. I have a cold shower. I have a shave. I put business attire and I'm not wearing tracksuit bottoms and a shabby t-shirt. I'll try and get myself dressed as in, somebody important could ring me and I've got to pop up my camera and look presentable. I make my coffee. I take my book. I go and sit in my office at the end of my garden and I start my day by 8:00 every single day. I will work until 12. I have a gap because I think it's important to have an air gap in your morning and afternoon to let yourself recharge. I will train over lunchtime, so I'll do my jiu-jitsu or I'll go to the gym, and then I'm back on it by 2:00 at the latest, and I'll work through to 5. And I keep myself focused on being there in the office. There are 100% times where I'm like, I've literally got nothing to do. But what I'm not going to do is break from my routine, go and sit on my arse, watch some TV, because it's boring during the day. I think I've almost completed Netflix. But, I just keep myself in that bubble. And it's so important for me. And actually, again, what I've started to realise over the years is the way that my brain works. When that routine breaks, I do struggle. Holidays, I struggle on holidays. Because, you think about the lack of structure on a holiday. You get up whenever you want, you go and, and I get a few days in and I find myself, my wife says to me, just go off and do something. And I have to go and get something that I'm used to back into my life. And it kind of resets my levels and I come back out of it relaxed. So it's important for me to 100% keep the routine, keep focused, just live in the assumption. And this is, certainly a new thing that I've learned, that you're going to get days where there's just not a lot going on. But just be cool with it. Use that as maybe some headspace to think about some other things that could get done. Kind of where the business is going. What could I achieve? Don't take the easy route and go, I'm just going to go and watch A Place in the Sun for an hour, fall in a bed, because it just doesn't achieve anything. So, if you can keep yourself disciplined and sat in that space, some good stuff will come. Some stuff might not. You just have to sit.
Has your routine changed since you've been at Softcat, or now you're working for yourself? Or was it the same routine?
Exactly the same routine. I was the guy that was sat in the coffee shop at 7:30, Softcat coffee shop, almost, kind of 100 yards from each other. And I'd sit and I'd read my book, I'd drink my coffee, same time, same every day, blah, blah, blah. The thing that broke me, post-lockdown, that coffee shop didn't open till 8:30. So I had to readjust my routine. So I'd go and sit in the canteen, 7:30, 7:45, start work at 8:30, read my book, drink my coffee, take my own coffee in, but it was so important for me to have that routine and to keep to it.
And would you advise, if there's people out there thinking I might start a business, especially if they've been for a partner a long time, there'll be a lot of people thinking you've got a safe job, you were institutionalized, maybe
safe, yeah.
Maybe you weren't going to leave. What advice would you give to someone who maybe is not as disciplined as yourself, as motivated, but they're thinking, I'd like to start a business? What advice would you give to those sort of people? Don't do it.
No, I wouldn't. I would, if you've got an idea and a passion for something, don't let what's going on around you or where you work distract you from that. We were very clear in our journey to get to where we are with Arco that, hey, look, are we going to do something that's generally going to help customers, organisations, the channel, everything else, to go and put some clarity around this cyber issue? Yes is the answer. So let's just go and do it. I mean, there's probably never going to be a perfect time to walk away from a comfortable position with financial security. So, whatever's going on in the market, let's not worry about it. Because the other thing, with certainly with Arco and with a lot of new businesses, what you don't need is a whole market to adopt it to be successful. If you build your cost model in your business out in the right way, you actually only need a small amount of things to happen in your first year just to keep the lights on and water and feed you. And, we know with Arco, we only need a certain amount to achieve in the first year to keep us going. We then come on to FY24 and the complexities that are going to come with that. Then we come on to 25. But there's no point, we know where we want to get to in those years, but there's no point in focusing on those because we are where we are now. So let's focus on what we need to achieve now and how we're going to achieve it. And you go back to your point, if you're somebody that's got a good idea, if you've got the passion to go after it and you've got the discipline to go and execute on it, go and do it. Don't walk into it with this fairy tale idea of, hey, I'm an entrepreneur and I've set up a business and I'm a founder, and because you get people come and knock on your door and massage your ego about that. The amount of seed funders and all these people that come along, and they tell you you're great and what you're doing is amazing, but you've got to strip all of that back and just get on with what is to be done in front of you. And there's a lot to be done, and you've just got to be comfortable with the fact that if you're starting a business up, have the idea, get past the fairy tale, and just have fun doing work that is for you. It's only going to benefit you. So all of these, naff admin tasks that you have to really just, bloody liability insurance. Great, I've got to get that sorted. So, but I'm not getting it sorted because it's a job, working for. I'm doing it because it's me. It's my job. I've pushed all the chips in onto that number. So it's, it's only going to benefit me. So I kind of walk into it and go, actually, I'm going to quite enjoy learning about this. Let's go and figure out what all this insurance malarkey is about and what do we need as a company, because prior to somebody telling me, I didn't even know we needed that.
No, absolutely. Matt, you've been a great guest. Good luck with the future. Thanks for your time.
Really appreciate it.